Hey there, Shecky again. Another review, kind of a subset of my EDC review. This is something I carry in my jacket every day, and at some point I'm going to actually do a review of my jacket. I think that it's a really interesting EDC option, especially in mid-cool to mid-cold environments. I am in North Texas, and we tend to get very, very hot and relatively cold, just getting down to 19 just a couple days ago. I know there's places much, much colder. Please don't tell me how cold it is where you are. I feel bad enough for you when I see it on the news. But this is one of the items that I carry in my jacket, and I just wanted to kind of show you a couple of things in it and talk about them. This may be multi-part, but I think it's worth it long term. This is a Night Eyes Pockets. This is the standard one. I know there's a larger one, and there may even be a smaller one. I'm not sure, but this is my standard pockets. It's got everything I need in it, and really I don't even utilize all the pockets. Now you may be thinking, why in the world would you get lame red? And there's, you know, camo and black, and I would have preferred the black. I would even preferred, I think there's a, you know, dark green. But this dude was on super duper sale not too long ago, so I just had to pick it up, and it's inside a pocket, so I don't really care. So let me show you here. Now, each of these items are subject to their own review. I'm going to focus on this dude right here because I think folks need to know about this guy. This is a very tempting buy, and let me just show you what it is real quick. This is a CRKT M16-10KZ. I think they're, I'm trying to remember the user's name, CRNF Alley reviewed this exact same knife, and I found a lot of other issues that I want to point out, and I also want to reiterate some that she pointed out because I think they're important. I've also got this guy here. This is a Streamlight LED flashlight, and I'll talk about this. I can only think of one negative to say about this, and this is my Leatherman Juice S2. Having a hard time finding anything negative to say about this guy. But that's really what I keep in here. There is an extra pen loop. I do occasionally toss a pen in there. This is if I'm, you know, making a run somewhere and I got to work on something with some tools and such. This is what I'll take with me. I'll sometimes shove a notepad, the sturdy notepad, back in there and just carry the whole thing with me, and I'll add a pen to it. But those are going to be another review. This guy I want to talk about. This guy I actually purchased at Walmart. I believe last time I was there, I don't go very often if I can help it, but last time I was there, they actually still have this in stock. There's lots of neat things to say about this knife. I like the blade shape. Tantos are nice. They're a pain in the rear end to sharpen. And this knife doesn't warrant taking it to my sharpener, so I just do my best. Eventually that little point's going to get worn down, and that's just going to be life. The serrations are, I would say, adequate, but I don't love them. I haven't had it for a long time. It is a softer metal, and they've already started, you know, kind of dulling out. The reason I wanted to review this is because I don't like this knife. The whole reason it's in here is because I don't carry this knife anywhere else. This is just a, oh hey, I forgot my knife kind of thing, and you know, this is to open boxes. I don't like this knife for several reasons. First of all, if you look, that thumb stud is virtually impossible to deploy without having to dig around in it. See, I have to really dig into that little notch there, and even then it's hard to get to. So it really lends itself to a flipper only opening, and I'm not a huge fan of flipper openings just because not every knife has them. The biggest issue, pocket clip's decent, but the biggest issue on this thing is this little screw here that holds the blade in place. Now I will note, and you know, you can say this is the reason I have the problem, but this problem I've had since I've had this knife. I took off the auto locks. I didn't like it. I thought it was needlessly redundant. Alright, now as I was saying, sorry, had something else I had to take care of. My big problem with this knife is this screw right here, which holds the blade in, and as I said, I removed the auto locks. Just I think it was just redundant. My particular knife has a good liner lock, slides over, locks well, don't have any blade play up and down, slight blade play up and down, but no plenty of blade play side to side, but it's solid. I mean, I've messed with it. I could probably eliminate some of the blade play with the screw, but that's the problem, is this screw is constantly working itself way looser than I want it to be, and that bothers me. I've actually considered doing Loctite on it, but there's some other issues I think that would be a mistake. Also, the screws that hold the scales on do the exact same thing. They loosen themselves up to the point where I've almost lost one of them, where I just basically got lucky and found it down in the pocket that it came out of and was able to put it back in. That really bothers me. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like knives that are really well made. This was a cheap knife, but there's a way to do cheap knives. I will do a review before too long about my Bird CRKT lightweight. That is less expensive than this knife and a far superior made knife. So there are some real issues with this knife. I would not consider this a primary EDC knife because of what I've noted here. Really soft metal, the loosening screw and the loosening scale screws. Not a fan. Like I said, I invested the money, so I don't want to throw it in the trash. So it just kind of goes in here as a backup. So thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoy the video.